Hello everyone, welcome to the very first Genius Zone. I'm very excited to be here today with Linda Anderson, who is an EFT practitioner, tapping person, master, mindset magician. Oh look, we give her all the names. Anyway, she's really, I've worked with her. I know other people in this community have, so I'm excited to see what she's going to be sharing with us today around, and she'll give you the topic around some really cool core money issues. The point of this feature, the Genius Zone, is because we have such a wealth of talent in this community of women, like amazing levels of self-development work in different modalities. It's really extraordinary. So this came up as an opportunity, if you want to share your skills and the thing that you're doing at the moment with us, so that we can get to know more about what's in this community, all of the wealth of talent. So that's it. If you are watching this and you'd like to do one for yourself, reach out and we can talk about that. So with that brief intro, I'll hand you over to Linda Anderson.
Thank you, Lynn. Thanks. And thanks for this opportunity. I think it's really great that we get this chance to get to know each other better and see how we all work. And as you say, see what a wealth of skills and experience we've got in the group. So what I wanted to talk to you about today was one of the most powerful hidden vows that I come across when I'm working with clients. And it's one that we downloaded in childhood, as we do all our beliefs about money virtually get downloaded in the first 6 years. And it's that negative vow of being loyal to my family of origin and never to surpass my tribe. So I put together a few slides so I don't miss anything out, because there's a lot to cover. Hang on a second, I think I've got to share my screen first, haven't I? Sorry about this. No. Sorry, it's a while since I did this. Where do I go for share screen then? Do you remember?
Yeah, right in the middle at the bottom.
There we are, share screen. And there we are. Okay, yeah, so it's that unconscious negative vow at the first chakra to be loyal to my family of origin and never to surpass my tribe. So it may sound kind of strange, but in those first 6 years of life, we're literally just downloading everything in the environment that's going on, not just around money, but about how to show up in the world, what the rules are, what's possible for us, what's not possible for us. And this vow to be loyal to my family of origin is really important in terms of money, because it means that we won't feel comfortable breaking away from the tribe, because as a child, you're totally dependent on your caregivers, literally for survival. So you have to kind of comply, and you have to belong, you have to be accepted in that group. And this is a vow that can continue to run into adulthood. So if it suddenly becomes easy for us to make a lot of money, and actually our parents really struggled and never got ahead, it somehow doesn't chime to allow ourselves to have that success. So some of the symptoms that you might have the vow would be that you rarely have more than enough money. And if you do happen to get more than enough, you'll find a way to get rid of it as quickly as possible, because you just don't feel comfortable having it. Or you might manifest some huge bill, some unexpected expense that wipes out the surplus. You may not feel comfortable handling money, and you avoid looking at your numbers. So you only ever have just a vague sense of how much there is. You're never really exactly sure how much there is. And you never feel totally relaxed about money. You're always kind of fretting about where's the next lot coming from. And if you do have to spend money out, there's a kind of almost a sense of panic that comes with it. And you worry constantly about where it's all going to come from. In theory, you could help a lot of people and earn really well, but you feel guilty charging for your help. And again, that's going back to kind of feeling like you're abandoning your family of origin if they really struggled. And you feel like you should be helping everybody. It's not right to charge for helping them. And why should you get ahead when they didn't? When you're naturally doing something that comes easily for you, but you end up struggling to get clients. So you're working all hours and you're somehow making it hard, even though it could potentially be easy for you. Your subconscious mind will find a way to make it hard. So it chimes with the way things were when you're growing up around money. And you feel guilty being paid for doing something that's fun and easy when your family struggles so much. So now my slides won't go on, and I'm not sure why. That's not the end of the presentation, but it looks like I'll have to come out of it and go to that one there. So just getting really clear on the cost of the vow, it makes us sabotage success because it doesn't feel in alignment with that vow if we allow ourselves to be successful. We find a way to make it hard. We lose touch with that joy of creating a business that sustains us and has us thriving as opposed to just surviving, because part of us is trying to stay loyal to the family paradigm. And it makes us feel like we don't have enough time or freedom because we sabotage our success and we just make it really hard for ourselves. And it can eventually lead to burnout and going back to paid employment, which is not what we want, or both, burnout and paid employment. So we are going to tap in a second. We're going to do a visualization. I just want to say, for those of you who've not experienced tapping before, if you've had some big T traumas in childhood, this is probably not the best place for you to try it out. I mean, you're welcome to join in and do the visualization, but if you know there's a lot of really painful stuff there for you, you'd be better advised to work with somebody individually, with somebody who can hold a safe space for you. So doing whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe. There's the tapping points. We're going to go into visualization in a second. I just wanted to say, though, that whatever we downloaded about money in childhood was very much, it most likely would be the old paradigm beliefs about money and scarcity. And that's why we say it's the first chakra vow, because those of you who work with the chakras will know that the first chakra is the root chakra, and it's about survival in the physical world. So it's a root chakra vow that's about poverty consciousness, and it keeps us trapped in that poverty consciousness, always stressing about being safe and having enough to get by, having enough to survive. So when we're relating to money from that point, we kind of, that's the vibration we send out into the field, and that's what we're going to manifest. We're going to struggle to get enough money and keep enough money, and it will feel like we're in battle with money all the time. Whereas in the new paradigm, in the kind of abundance mindset, we need to bring that up into the heart where it really belongs, into the fifth chakra, because actually it's a token of love and appreciation. And if we can relate to money from that position, then we can celebrate it going out as much as we celebrate it coming in, because we know that we're just contributing to that flow of abundance when we're spending it, and there's no need to panic about it. So that's a new way of relating to money, and that's the whole healing that needs to happen if we're going to shift our consciousness into abundance and out of poverty consciousness. And it's really old programming. It's been with humankind for millennia, hasn't it? That there's not enough, we have to fight to get what we need, and it's always a struggle, it's always hard. So that vow of loyalty will keep you stuck in that old paradigm until you bring it up into conscious awareness and do some work to clear it. So we're going to do visualization, and while we're doing that, some things to be aware of. Just be really in your body while we're doing it, if you can be, as much as you can. Just be really down in your physical body. And I'm going to ask a series of questions as we go through it. There will be no right or wrong answers. So if you could come into it just being really curious about what's there for you, and just noticing, just be open and curious. What did you download about money? What were your family's beliefs about money? How did they behave with money? What emotions might have got stuck to it. So if you saw a lot of conflict or manipulation or betrayal with money, that all kind of gets stuck in our little neural nets as they're forming in those first 6 years, and will still be there as an adult now until you go in and do some work to change it. So just noticing, how have you been wired to think and feel about money and wealth as a result of your experiences in childhood? And then also have an awareness of how much are you living out that same dynamic with money today in your adult life. And there doesn't need to be any, I mean, it's not really about the numbers in your bank account, it's about the energy of how you feel about it and how you behave with money. Okay, so are we going to do the visualization? So when you're ready, and taking responsibility for your own well-being, as I said. Taking a nice deep breath, and just let yourself travel back through time to age about 5 or 6, to the house where you grew up. And standing there in front of you are your parents and your caregivers, and they're talking about money. So just tuning into that picture. And have a look-see. What's the feeling? What's the atmosphere in the house between your parents about money? And how are they behaving towards each other? Is there any anger or sadness or anxiety in that picture? And then notice how little you is feeling as she watches them. What are you seeing there? Did you see and live scarcity? Was there some big trauma, like a parent losing a job? And a very real fear about things running out. Maybe things did run out. And what meanings did little you give to what's going on in this picture? What did it mean to her about money? About grown-ups and money? About the world? And about money and you? And as you're looking at that picture, if you could just break the intensity of the feelings as you're looking at it now, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being quite intense. And you can see there's a lot of really rich information in the picture here. But what I want you to be really aware of is whether the way you're behaving towards money now is kind of in alignment with the way they behaved, regardless of how much money you've got coming in or haven't got coming in. Are you being loyal to their paradigm, which will tend to be an old poverty consciousness paradigm, because that's what most of us were bathed in as we grew up. So even if your family were quite wealthy, there may still have been that fear of money running out. And even if they didn't ever discuss money in front of you, you were still giving some meaning to their behavior about money. Okay, so when you're ready, if you want to come back, if you'd like to share, Lynn or Una, that'd be really great. I need to come up and unmute you. Give me 2 seconds. Stop sharing. Amazing how quickly I've forgotten this. It's not so long since I did one, but I can't remember where everything is. Okay. Unmute. Unmute. I think you're both unmuted. Oh. Una, I can't unmute Una. I think you need to unmute yourself. There you go. Yeah. Who wants to share?
I'll go. A lot of tension.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing my parents in the kitchen in the house that I grew up, and there's a lot of tension. Definitely scarcity, feeling of there's never enough.
Mm-hmm.
But interesting. So my mum focused on it. My dad's just like, he doesn't have the tension around the money. He has the tension around my mum.
Has your tension around your mum?
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's interesting to realise. And then just for me, realising that I think just talking about money in general, although I've got better, I still feel tension. I still actually, and I was like, oh yeah, I still feel tension.
Where it comes from, yeah.
Oh.
So it feels like quite a risky subject to be even talking about.
Yeah, it will cause frustration or anger or annoyance.
Yeah.
Or something in the person that I want to talk to about it.
Yeah. That's an important realization, isn't it? Because that is not consciously at all, but it's going to be in your subconscious mind and in your energy as you approach any conversation about money, which has a significance when we're in sales conversations, doesn't it? Because that anxiety is going to come in. And when that gets triggered, our bodies get flooded with the fears of the child.
Yeah.
So what did little you make that mean about money in the world and her place in the world? What did she tell herself about money?
It's not a good thing. It's a necessary not necessarily a good. She probably wouldn't have said it was good. She didn't see how it was good.
No. Okay.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Just because all she saw was it created tension,
Mm.
angry people, people who checked out a little bit.
Okay, so your dad checked out from feeling mum's tension about it. Yeah.
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 So that's interesting.
And how far does that reflect how you feel, how you relate to money now, would you say?
I mean, obviously, I'm a little bit further along than.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy money. Like, I love receiving money. But I think it's there's still the tension there. Like, even if I'm having a conversation with a friend, like, I make them myself, and I have them, and I make myself, but I can feel the kernel going.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
That's quite funny. So I've kind of trained myself to be able to do it, but the little kernel of it's going to cause upset hasn't gone away. And that's not the reality.
No.
It's just you know what I mean? It's just the kernel of my little girl going,
it's going to be trouble.
It's not going to be good.
Okay, it's really important to have that, and it's great that you've got that bodily awareness as well. Did you feel it in your body? You were kind of pointing. Where do you feel it?
Like, it's like it's right in my solar plexus.
Solar plexus. So that's great. If you, as we're tapping, if you really focus on that feeling in your solar plexus, because that's a bit to release on.
Okay.
So you can start to clear that out. Yeah, that's great. Really great awareness. Thanks for sharing, Lynn. Okay. Una, how about you? Are you willing to share?
Yeah, I'm happy to share. I mean, there wasn't scarcity when I was growing up. And I think and my mother had grown up in a very well-off household. My father hadn't. I mean, he had, but he still, he didn't, he still, when he stepped out into life, he had to make his money, and he did. And he was not hugely, but actually very successful. And there was a sense of plenty in my childhood. And my mother always bought exactly what she wanted. Fantastic. Whether it was food or clothes or, anything. And so I don't remember any tension around it. My father was a stockbroker, so presumably he had to deal with the ups and downs of money, but he made it work for himself, He applied his intelligence to it, and he came out on top.
So you weren't actually aware as a child of any of that up and down?
Wasn't really.
No.
I wasn't. And they did have, there was a lot of tension between them, but I don't remember it ever being about money. Right.
So that's good. So as you're looking at little you, how do you think she was feeling about money? Presumably they didn't discuss it in front of you?
I don't think they discussed it. They didn't discuss it. It was just something that was there. Granted. For me, money was just something that was there. And you didn't have to do anything for it. And I think that was the slight difficulty that I had when I became an adult.
Right, yeah.
I didn't quite realize, because that kind of continued for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And in a way has continued to this day, So that kind of my relationship with money has been this kind of overlaid with the fact that there was always something in the background, and it's been, kind of got less and less and less. But I never had to kind of really deal with it.
Yeah. So when it came to the point where you did have to deal with it, how did you feel?
Totally incapable.
Yeah. So you weren't really given the preparation.
And kind of like, it should just be there.
Yes. Yeah.
Why isn't it there?
Yeah. So you can see, even if there was no scarcity in childhood, it still has a massive impact, doesn't it, on how we relate to money later in life? Yeah. There's a contradictory vow that we can be running at the same time, which might also be there for one or both of you, which is a vow never to be anything like them with money. So that comes up a lot for people who were manipulated, or, you know, had money used as reward and punishment, or whose parents might have seemed a bit mean, who never allowed them to have.
I mean, the only thing I've thought is that actually looking back in my family history, while there have been, you know, on both sides of the family, some kind of formidable characters who are women, none of them have ever really earned their own money.
Yeah. And that's the other thing to notice.
Like, you know, my mother never did. You know, she was a secretary. Maybe she was 22 before she met my father, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something else that's in the visualization there for people. What beliefs did we, and what kind of gender stereotypes are we downloading as well? So even though as an adult now you may not consciously agree with that thought that the men earn the money and the women keep house, you'd be amazed how many people are subconsciously running that, and are not feeling fully able to step into their power as money makers, you know, to feel entitled to have that role, or just have that independence for themselves. And that generalizes across other areas as well, you know, as to who should be doing what in the house, and what's possible for us, you know, and it kind of totally goes against what we logically believe, consciously believe, but subconsciously it's still there, so we don't feel entirely comfortable stepping out of those kind of limiting roles. Yeah. So again, that's
a vow too, not to kind of surpass my mother in terms of her money making.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. And also if we really saw them struggle, or if we saw them in pain in some way around money, if it, as an adult, it's now possible for us to earn money doing something that's fun and easy for us, and it can all flow, which is what we want, you know, when we bring it up into the heart and we stand in the river of abundance rather than with this little pool that we've got to hang on to and not let go of. That may feel like you're abandoning your tribe of origin. You know, why should I be the one who has it easy? Look how they struggled. It's just not right. Or you're separating yourself somehow from that environment, from that place of safety, because we had to belong to survive back then. And that, of course, gets triggered anytime we step into a group situation, because the group always has rules, spoken and unspoken. So we have to comply with the rules to belong to that tribe. And that's where often imposter syndrome will come up, because we may not feel at liberty to say what we really think and feel, because it's overridden by that need to stay part of the group, if that makes sense. So, well, I've prepared a little bit of tapping to help us start shifting it. I know it's not going to totally chime for you, Una, but if you say the words and tap along with us anyway, your subconscious will know what to do with it. Because it feels like there is a bit of that vow of loyalty there, would you say?
I think there is to my mother, definitely.
Yeah. So that will limit what you allow yourself.
Kind of like, you know, you should, well, if you are going to, you know, you should do a proper job. You should have a proper job.
Yeah. We all know that one, don't we? Have you got a proper job? Why don't you get a proper job? Are you making any money at that thing yet? Yeah. So, and that may also be there in our subconscious as well, that belief that even though we want to create something that's never been seen before, there may still be that kind of nagging doubt, well, maybe I should get a proper job, because that's the only way to make money. Yeah. Okay. We're nearly out of time, so let's just go back in. If you could go back into that scene for me and really bring it back into your energy, because the magic happens with the tapping when you're actually in the feeling of how it felt at that time. And then we're just going to tap. So I'll call out the points. So you can open your eyes and watch me if you need to know where the points are. So we're just going to tap on the eyebrow and say, there they are, my parents. You could repeat after me. There they are, my parents.
There they are, my parents.
Can I unmute Lynn as well? So are you unmuted, Lynn? Unmute. So we can.
I'm unmuted.
Yeah, there's only 3 of us, isn't there? We can be together. Okay, there they are, my parents.
There they are, my parents.
So much stress and anxiety about money.
So much stress and anxiety about money.
Frustration and struggle about money.
Frustration and struggle about money.
And you felt really tense.
I felt really tense.
The whole atmosphere was tense.
The whole atmosphere was tense.
Collarbone. Constant anxiety about money.
Constant anxiety about money.
Under the arm, and I really felt it.
And I really felt it.
Top of the head, as though there wasn't quite enough.
As though there wasn't quite enough.
On the eyebrow. Anger and sadness about money.
Anger and sadness about money.
Side of the eye. Mum feeling tense.
I'm feeling tense.
To the eye. Dad checking out.
My dad checking out.
Yeah, under the nose. I felt so uncomfortable.
I felt so uncomfortable.
Chin. Arguing and worry about money.
Arguing and worry about money.
Collarbone. Stress and fear about money.
Stress and fear about money.
Under the arm. Money did not feel like a friend.
Money did not feel like a friend.
Top of the head. I was there and I felt it.
I was there and I felt it.
Eyebrow. Downloading all those beliefs about money.
Downloading all those beliefs about money.
Side of the eye. All those feelings about money.
Downloading all those feelings about money.
Under the eye. And it all got caught up in my neural nets.
And it all got caught up in my neural nets.
Under the nose, with how I relate to money now.
With how I relate to money now.
Chin. But I'm just going to acknowledge my family's picture.
I'm just going to acknowledge my family's picture.
Collarbone and everything we lived through.
And everything we lived through.
Under the arm. I see where I got this programming.
I see where I got this programming.
Top of the head, because in some ways I'm reliving it.
Because in some ways I'm reliving it.
Eyebrow. I've manifested aspects of this picture.
Manifested aspects. Yeah.
Side of the eye, and it was never my choice.
And it was
Good then. Under the eye, it was programmed into me.
It was programmed into me.
Under the nose, I see it now.
I see it now.
Chin, and I'm just going to acknowledge it now.
I'm just going to acknowledge it now.
Collarbone, and honour my parents.
And honour my parents.
Under the arm, and my family.
And my family.
Top of it, and everything we went through.
And everything we went through.
Okay, take a nice deep breath. And have a look at the picture again and just notice how you're feeling. You had a bit of a release there, Lynn, didn't you? Were you aware of what it was, or it was just a desire to yawn?
It was the tension.
Yeah,
feel
good.
Like I want to go. I want to love.
Okay, that's a good sign. Yeah, something big is shifting there. When you feel tired, it's like when your body's put down a big weight.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Were you focusing on your solar plexus as you did that?
Yeah, that feeling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of relaxing a bit there now.
Yeah.
Great. How about you, Inna? What did you notice?
I mean, I just noticed I feel refreshed, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
I know the words are not right for your situation, but as I said, your subconscious knows exactly what we're working on here. So the other things you've already identified will begin to kind of shift a little bit as well. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to keep going with it. Let's have a look. And the thing I wanted to say as well was that our parents didn't know about law of attraction. I don't know if you're into law of attraction, Una, are you? Yeah. They just didn't have any awareness of that at all, did they? So obviously they were caught up in that whole thing that it's got to be hard, it's got to be a struggle, there's got to be some way that we work really hard and we get the money. Mm-hmm. Whereas with the new information we've got now, we know that the universe is just bringing a match to how we feel about things. So that's why how we relate to money is really important. And for you, and it's important that you feel empowered to make money now, without knowing that you're not dishonoring your mother, you're not abandoning her, you're just being you. You've got a right to choose your own beliefs now about money and what's possible. And then when we do that, when we shift inside in that way, we're sending out a different vibration, a different emotion into the field. So we're going to bring a different match, because it's always bringing a match to how we're feeling. So for Lynn, that little kernel of in your solar plexus, it's really important to start working on that and to keep working on it until it kind of relaxes a bit, and then you're sending out a different vibration. The field, you'll get different results.
Right.
Yeah, and being aware of any need to make it hard, make it a struggle, which may or may not be there for you as well. Yeah. Okay. So on the karate chop point then, even though my family struggled with money, there was a lot of tension about it.
There's a lot of tension about it.
I'm just going to acknowledge all my feelings about it now.
I'm just going to acknowledge all my feelings about it now.
And even though I'm seeing my earliest money paradigm, and it's surprising how much I'm still loyal to it.
And it's surprising how much I'm still loyal to it.
I made a vow to be loyal to it.
I made a vow to be loyal to it.
And I'm open to healing that now.
And I'm open to healing that now.
And even though I see that I've lived my life and manifested my wealth,
Even though I see that I've lived my life and manifested my wealth.
Both loyal to.
Both loyal to.
And maybe also trying to never be like my earliest money paradigm.
And also maybe trying to be not like my early paradigm money.
Yeah. Yeah. I acknowledge how I've recreated that.
I acknowledge how I have recreated that.
Because I am a powerful manifester.
Because I am a powerful manifester.
And I've been manifesting from those vows.
And I've been manifesting from those vows.
And I'm really open to healing this in my life now.
And I'm really open to healing this in my life.
I'm so ready to let this go.
I'm so ready to let this go.
There's so much emotion and disempowerment in this.
There's so much emotion and disempowerment in this.
And I did pay the price as a child.
And I did pay the price as a child.
Because I never really asked for this programming.
I never really asked for this programming.
I just happened to be there.
I just happened to be there.
And it got downloaded into me.
And it got downloaded into me.
And yeah, so I'm making a choice now to let it go.
I'm making a choice now to let it go.
I'm open to changing this old paradigm.
Open to changing this old paradigm.
Into one of abundance.
Into one of abundance.
Letting go of scarcity and struggle.
Letting go of scarcity and struggle.
Releasing all of that from my first chakra.
Releasing all of that from my first chakra.
Releasing all my emotional attachments.
Releasing all my emotional attachments.
To the way my parents behaved around money.
To the way my parents behaved around money.
And now I get to choose.
Now I get to choose.
Because I'm all grown up now.
Because I'm all grown up.
And I can choose my own beliefs about money.
I can choose my own beliefs about money.
And I believe in abundance.
And I believe in abundance.
I believe money should show up easily.
I believe money should show up easily.
And I'm choosing to feel wealthy and abundant.
I'm choosing to feel wealthy and abundant.
In all kinds of ways, not just around money.
In all kinds of ways, not just around money.
And there's a million ways money can show up for me.
And there's a million ways money can show up for me.
And I'm open to all of them now.
And I'm open to all of them now.
All the legal ones.
All the legal ones.
And to the arm. That's a great belief that I really want to have.
That's a great belief that I really want to have.
So I'm letting go of this first chakra vow of poverty.
I'm letting go of this first chakra vow of poverty.
And loyalty to their paradigm.
And loyalty to their paradigm.
Because it was their paradigm.
Because it was their paradigm.
It was my family's way.
It was my family's way.
And I get to choose my own way now.
And I get to choose my own way now.
And I'm choosing an abundant paradigm.
I am choosing an abundant paradigm.
And I'm saying yes to money now.
I'm saying yes to money now.
I'm saying yes to flowing money in ways that are generous and joyful.
I'm saying yes to flowing money in ways that are generous and joyful.
Yeah, bringing the energy of money up into my heart.
Bringing the energy of money up into my heart.
As a token of love and appreciation.
As a token of love and appreciation.
Which is where it really belongs.
Which is where it really belongs.
Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, so I'm just rambling a bit with it around there. It's really difficult to bring the two of you together, which is always a limitation of working in a group, isn't it? That's why I love doing the one-to-one work so much. But do you want to give any feedback, Lynn? It came up.
I love the. Oh, you can hear me. I love that part of the tapping where we put in the new. I can feel myself relax. I can feel myself connect to. Yes, that's what I want.
Yes.
And so, the feeling is there.
Yeah.
You know, I can feel it. I'm like, and connecting it to, I love that we brought it into our heart because that's something I'm trying to remember. That's actually what it is.
Yeah.
And, it just feels amazing.
Good.
Clarity.
Good. So you could go back over the recording and put your own beliefs in, because your whatever positive affirmations you want to put in are going to be, your words will always be best. I was just putting in what I thought would feel good, but your words are always going to be best. So do go back and tap some more of that good stuff in. But it's always important to acknowledge the negative first. Otherwise you just don't create enough space for it to land, and it's like putting a plaster over a wound. It's not gonna do the job. Not for very long anyway. Okay. Una, how about you? Would you share what came up for you in that?
I don't know really, but I think it's something to do, with the fact that it's not being, I can be loyal to them without being loyal to an attitude, which,
Yeah.
because it worked for them. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
I rather believe there was plenty until the day she died, when there really wasn't plenty anymore. But she,
Right.
it was okay.
Yeah.
She, she just spent down to the last penny and then she died. Incredible.
Right. So that would have been a trauma for you, witnessing that as well, wouldn't it? In terms of money running out, would it?
Well, yeah, it was, and
Yeah.
still, I mean, the fact that and it is a complicated thing, which is still running with the house that she had, which is complicated. Yeah, seeing that and knowing that she was running out of money.
Yeah.
Still, and just not recognizing that.
Yeah.
But it was okay for her. At least we could protect her from that.
Yeah.
Reality of this fact. But yeah. So it's something to do. Yeah, it is to do with growing up, isn't it? Like you said, acknowledging that I am a grown up.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't need to be, by earning my own money, I don't need to be disloyal to her and her lovely sense of kind of the money grows on trees.
So you can choose your own beliefs now, and you can do it your own way, can't you? Especially in light of the new information that we've got about how important it is how we feel about money, or how we feel about anything, because the universe is always bringing a match to what we feel rather than what we say. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so there's lots more information in the visualization there, as I'm sure you can see if you go back over it. There's all the beliefs that we downloaded. What do we hear them saying all the time about money? And what were just the general feelings about it? And were there any traumas? Did anybody lose a lot of money? Was anybody cheated of a lot of money? Which would all kind of register somehow with us, that will make us push money away, because if you get it, that could happen to you as well. It's a really complicated area. It's a fascinating thing to dive into. If you want to go deeper into this, you could go to tapintoyoursuccess.co.uk and download the free quiz. So there'll be some statements there to say out loud and assess the truth. How true does this feel? That will also give you more information about what's running in your subconscious mind about money. And if you want to go even deeper than that, I also offer a free half-hour discovery call. I don't think there's many left this month, but you're welcome to hop on. If you go to /apply, tapintoyoursuccess.co.uk/apply, and fill in the short form there, then I'll send you the link to the calendar where you can choose a slot. So I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much, Lynn, for the opportunity. And I'm sorry we've gone over time a little bit, not too much.
You did really well, No, you did well. It was good to know. We might need a little longer for this than 30 minutes. Good. Thank you for, that was wonderful. Thanks for sharing your gifts with us, Linda. I'm a big fan of yours, and I know lots of other people in the community are as well. So this is a fantastic resource. Thank you so much.
A pleasure.
All right, and just so everybody knows, this recording will be available. I'll post it in the link I'll post it in the group when it's ready.
Fantastic.
Thanks, lovely Linda.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.